Hi friends, MD Vegan. Today is my gentle juice fasting day. That means I only drink a lot of liquids, beginning with juices today. I make a new recipe and I have a carrot juice. One of my classics are carrot juices. That is the easiest way to begin juicing, I would say, because it has been done for so long. You find it even in shops where you wouldn't expect it. You find fresh carrot orange juices in every Persian fast food shop in Berlin. They just press it fresh for you if you want, for very inexpensive. Here, carrots are very inexpensive, so easy to juice. And well, they have earth flavor that is not so strong, so it goes by itself. But a classic, as I said already, is to add an orange. Today I have some more oranges to add. That is 3 cups or 4 even, maybe a little bit more than the carrots. Usually I take it the other way around, or carrot juice. But today I add a basil. It's a green herb with an amazing properties. It's the wake me up herb. They give these stems, these basil stems. They give it to kids at school when they're a little bit tired, just to chew on them. And there is a chemical substance in the basil that wakes up the brain. So you wake up when you have basil. It's a wonderful herb. All these herbs from the mint family, Mediterranean, for thousands of years, cultivated here. They have amazing health benefits and special effects. And basil is, I've always basil at home, little bunch, a little pot. They sell them here in the shops everywhere. They grow easily, and you can always take some off and put them in some. There is some in a recipe you like. And I have a lot of basil orange smoothies actually. Orange and basil is a classic combination. It is well known. So I tried it in different recipes. You can look it up, and you go to Facebook, to my YouTube page and our channel, and or YouTube in general. You would search for MD Vegan, basil orange, and then you find a lot of recipes where I use this combination. Today I tried with the carrot juice, as it is such a classic. And at first I try only carrot, orange, basil, nothing else, to go to the least amount of number of ingredients. And if that doesn't work, sometimes there is a little surprise if I try something new. It might not be tasting not so well. So then I would maybe add apple and ginger or so. That would be adding more sweetness and fire for the ginger. Apple and ginger would be an amazing combination by itself. And sometimes I make the little additions, delicious juices, to make another recipe delicious where it might fit apple, and there's another way to make a carrot juice even more exciting. With a carrot apple juice is a classic. And now I have the carrot orange juice as a base with the basil. And if that doesn't work, I thought about adding apple and ginger. But let's see if that works without apple and ginger. I'm not sure about that. As I said, you never know. Let's see. I come back in a moment and I tell you more about this juice. There is almost a liter juice. I don't know what it tasted like yet, but it is a liter, and it would be a nice one to have for a meal. A meal on a fasting day to me is drinking juices slowly, sip by sip, because what remains out of the juice is the fiber. That is what comes out of the juicer behind. What I don't consume on these fasting days, I don't take fiber, so to say. In your regular day of eating, fiber is one of the most important parts of the food. Plants produce fiber. Only plants produce fiber. That makes the plant stand up and many other functions. But at the same time, we cannot digest it. Almost. There is a little bit. But basically, we can digest the fiber. It just cleanses the intestines, and it moderates the intake of nutrients, and it keeps the intestine healthy. So for a healthy diet, fiber is absolutely not necessary. So I don't do that on a fasting day because I change my metabolism on a fasting day. I only drink. The digestion rests, like a long pause. That's good, like a silence for the system, and that is very good and healing. You cleanse, the system begins to absorb energy in a different way. There's a lot of science to that, very interesting. Basically, it's cleansing the body and also the mind, because I begin to look more inside and see what's there, and I can bring the garbage out, so to say. Yeah. And a fasting day is once a week in my diet, in my lifestyle. It's a lifestyle. It's not really it's part of my lifestyle more. It's not like a fasting, it's more like a every week, part of my diet already. Because that's what fasting does. Basically, it should raise the diet to a new level. That's the best fasting can do. Because if you just have a short fasting period, and then you stop and go on, continue to the regular diet, and you will most people will begin to eat more than before. So the effect of these kind of diets, fasting, not so. The science says now you can't do that with the fasting. What the best fasting can do is, in my opinion, would be raising the diet to a new level, healthier level. So that's why I do it every week. Yeah, that's effective. Yeah, over years and years and years, and that's wonderful. And so yeah, so that's the part of the fasting part. But now go back to the recipe. I want to know if it's delicious, because that's a mental part also. My soul, I need something delicious. I want to enjoy. The juice has to taste well. That makes it exciting. So see, I will stir a little bit to make everything equal in the juice, and then I'll taste it. And I decide if I can use it or I have to add something. So let's see. Texture is beautiful. It's a little bit creamy. That's nice. But it's still runny enough. And I can smell the basil. It already wakes me up a little bit. It's very strong. Let's see what it tastes like. Yeah, that's fine. It's a very light juice. The flavor is very light. I will drink it. I'll enjoy it. There is a strong basil flavor, yes. And one could add apple and ginger for sure. But you know what? I'll do it. I'll add an apple and ginger. So wait a minute, bear with me for a moment. This is the first part of the juice. It tastes okay, but it's a little bit too heavy on the basil, and there's a little bit too little sweetness in there. So I will add a little apple and ginger. Come back in a moment with the apple and ginger, and see you in a moment. So here is my apple. I have 3 apples. Already cut it into pieces that fit right into the juicer. See, I want to have a little bit larger amount to match the oranges a little bit. Try to balance the additional ingredients here. And here I have a 2 or 3 inches ginger root, always also into pieces that fits into the juicer. So why I take 2 more ingredients, not only 1? Because my recipe is a take 3 recipe. That is my method, like a red thread to lead me to the process of creativity. When I make a new recipe every single day, I need a method. Otherwise, I run out of ideas. Yeah? So like a red thread, a guideline. The number 3 there are many reasons why I begin with 3 ingredients, and when I'm not talking about that too much now. It's just make it more efficient. So if I take less than 3 ingredients, for example 2, it might be I soon run into a recipe with 2 ingredients that is not interesting enough, because two ingredients only my mind is very, very smart and finds out what that is, and I taste it, and then the magic is away. So 3 guarantees in a certain way that there is a certain magic with 3. 3 is so much more complex than 2. So that is one reason why I take 3, but there are more reasons to that. But basically the method take 3 means also that I have 3 ingredients at least, where one ingredient or an ingredient can also have 3 ingredients. And if you have one ingredient that has 3, and you have 5 again. This is the next step, 5 ingredients, the next number, next possible number of ingredients. If you want to take like that. There are exceptions to that too, because to be precise, you don't need to have 3 ingredients. You can also have one ingredient 3 different ways to prepare it. So that would be another way to do it. But let's keep it simple for a moment. It is complex enough. Just the rule is important, that I have a rule that makes sense, and that can be my guideline. That way my creativity can work without being too much focused on how many ingredients, so that I have that given already. So that's why I have 2 more ingredients here to do the next step in my recipe, and I will juice it now, and then I combine the 2 juices, and I come back in a moment and show you the result. Let's see. So this is what I get from 3 apples and 2 or 3 inches ginger. So apple ginger juice, as I said, in itself it is a wonderful juice, because what I never had before in another recipe, when I juice an apple with a little bit of ginger, there's almost a feeling of it would be a soda. It's sizzling in the mouth. That is very interesting. It must have to do with the ginger. In combination with the apple, I don't know why that happens, but it's an amazing quality. I was checking out now if it really happens again. It's always a miracle. Let me taste it. Absolutely. It's like a soda. So that's nice. And I made this juice to make this basil orange carrot juice more delicious, more round. Yeah, it was a little bit flat, too much heavy on basil, I would say. It's a very strong flavor. It is wonderful, but it has to be balanced. Like everything good, it has to be balanced. So I will now combine it in a new container here. So, yeah, and some more combination is needed before it is all evenly combined, and then I will taste it again. It's easy. I just need 2 containers to combine it, to mix it. And there we go. So now I will taste it. That should be now even. And I'm very curious if that works. Let's see. Yeah, that makes all the difference. Now it's round. The basil is there, together with the balance of the other ingredients. So I show you what it looks like. I take the smaller one. It's easier to carry. Yeah, this is what the juice looks like. See the nice, beautiful color. It's a creaminess. It's a little broken orange, and that's my juice for the day. I mean, I will have a little bit more juices or more water, more teas, make a broth, maybe a veggie broth, whatever. Many things. I need 4 liters a day when I fast. I found when I drink 4 liters, I don't have a headache, nothing. It's very nice, pleasant. Sometimes when I overdo fasting, some effects begin to, because it's a strong cleansing. Yeah, the body works strong inside and washes out what's not needed, and if there is too much inside in the bloodstream, resolved from the residues where it was, then you can have some effects, and that means fasting can be very intense, and it's called gentle. We call it gentle juice fasting because we can slow it down a little bit by having a smoothie, for example, by drinking enough in the first place, having a smoothie, rest, walks in nature, breathing, Yeah. Or maybe some food, yeah, if you have a small salad or something like that. Nut milk also has more calories, so that would be a nice way to slow it down. I do all these kind of things to feel great. That's important because the whole process, the works inside, is always best when the energy is flowing freely, and that means that you feel great. Then the energy flows. That's according to Ayurveda and what we know in yoga for ages. So feel great is the best remedy. Yeah, so I have a new juice. I tried it with 3 ingredients first, then I decided to put it to 5 with the ginger and the apple, and now I have a wonderful juice and enjoy. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy my video. If you like, subscribe, MD Vegan on YouTube. Have another recipe every single day, and find me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter. And you can also go to Facebook TriYoga Moonfasting. There I post the juice recipes all the time, every week. Others sometimes too. And there's a fasting calendar for the best fasting days. There are special moon fasting days if you want, as an add-on. Yeah, but yeah, feel free. I hope to see you soon anyway.